Well, guys, Canada just announced a 2-year extension to one of its most successful permanent residency programs that gives you a permanent residence only if you are a grade 12 or more, if you have a very low IELTS score, and if you have just 1 year of Canadian experience in one of the occupations. Yes, you heard that right. Canada not only acknowledged that it has been successful, it also acknowledges that there is an extension which this program deserves. More people can apply for it, more families can get their permanent residency in Canada. And if you are interested in knowing more details for this program, please be tuned till the end. My name is Sahil. Guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to connect with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is the channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So guys, Canada, the Immigration Minister of Canada just announced an extension to one of its most successful immigration programs known as the Agri-Food Pilot program. You heard that right. This particular program, which was launched in the month of May 2020, was scheduled to end on May 14th, 2023. Now, very recently, the Immigration Minister came out in the open and announced an extension to this particular program, and it is now scheduled to run up until May 14th, 2025, which means this particular program has been extended by another 2 years. Guys, important to note that prior to this particular announcement, Canada had an annual cap of about 2,750 applicants, principal applicants in this particular program in the start of the year. Now, in the recent announcement, the Immigration Minister announced that there will be no individual limits to these occupations. So now people can start applying in, free from the individual limits. And like I told you that there are certain occupations under which people can apply, under which they should be working for them to be a part of this particular Agri-Food Pilot program. Now guys, very important to note, the eligible occupations would include the following. People like butchers, retail and wholesale, meat cutters, retail and wholesale, fishmongers, you have industrial butchers, and you have agriculture service contractors and farm supervisors, you have specialized livestock workers, you have livestock laborers in food and beverage processing. Then for greenhouse and nursery and floriculture production, including mushroom production, the eligible occupations are agriculture service contractors, specialized livestock workers and farm machinery operators, livestock laborers and harvesting laborers. Then for animal production, again, agriculture service contractors and supervisor, livestock laborers, harvesting laborers. Now, once we talk about the eligibility criteria of a particular Agri-Food Pilot program, you're looking at least 12 months of full-time work experience that a person must have. And this particular experience must be based on an LMIA, which is a part of the Temporary Foreign Worker Program. Now, very important to note, this particular full-time work should have been acquired under this LMIA. But this recent announcement that the minister said, he also made it very clear that if a person has been, harassed by a particular employer, or if it's a vulnerable worker and the employee goes on an open work permit, even then this particular experience will be accounted for it. So that was one of the measures that they had announced in this recent announcement. They also said that the experience accumulated should be based on non-seasonal work, and this particular Agri-Food Pilot program also requires a job offer. Now, this particular job offer again should be based on for a job of a non-seasonal work. Apart from this, the English requirements are pretty low. It's just a CLB 4 in either English or IELTS or French, which is again one of the very low scores, and easily people can achieve it if they are able to communicate in English or French in very initial stages. Apart from this, a high school graduate is required, which is technically grade 12 in a lot of countries, or high school, or grade 12 or plus 2 as we call it in India. These are the basic requirements. Apart from this, like I told you, that the job offer and intermediate job offer is required, which should be full-time and non-seasonal. Guys, it is very important to note that Canada had earlier announced a particular measure for giving work permits to family members, and the immigration minister once again said that they will be expanding open work permits access to family members later this year. So later this year, the immigration minister said he will be working on a couple of more updates, like recognizing open work permit for vulnerable workers, again giving access to open work permits for family members. They also said that the unions could attest the candidates work experience in the events where the employers are being non-compliant or non-helpful to the employees. So once again, they are trying to make lives of the employees easier, because it has been more often seen that employers in the farming industry or the butcher or these agri-food industry, I think they have faced a lot of trouble. So that is why Canada is trying to make it easier for these employees to get the right amount of LMIA, the work experience and the job offer. And if they want to get a job offer from another employer, they can still claim the experience that they had from the previous particular employer. So they're trying to make it easy, and like the immigration minister said, that Canada at this moment is in higher need of people working in this particular industry, and this way they will be able to address the shortage of laborers in this particular field. So I think one of the occupations, you can start looking for a job offer, and if you already have one, start collecting your work experience, and you can apply for a permanent residency once you complete the requirements. Guys, I hope the video was helpful, gave you much insights into what's coming up next and what's new in the world of immigration for Canada. If you want to assess your file with us, if you want to check on the latest updates, please feel free to schedule a consultation with us, and we would be more than happy to speak with you. Once again, I wish you all the best, and I really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.